Do you make the same commitment that you will absolutely, sir, that you will absolutely accept the result of this election?
I will look at it at the time. I'm not looking at anything now. I'll look at it at the time.
Almost none of Trump supporters will care in the slightest. After all, he's been saying essentially the same thing now for a number of days. He may have mentioned it in earlier sessions and we didn't pick up on it. So there's nothing new for the Trump voter, and the Trump supporter is intense. This will have zero impact for Trump among his base. There aren't many undecideds left. It's well under 4%, despite what some of the polls tell you. They don't push their respondents hard enough. 4% undecided. Half of them aren't going to vote, and the other half, 2%, will split pretty much as the national electorate does if we follow past practice. So the long and short of it is outrageous what he has said. It is irresponsible. No other major party nominee in American history has said this ahead of the election. Some have disputed an election after it was over, whether it was Al Gore in 2000 or Andrew Jackson in 1824 or Samuel Tilden in 1876. We have had very close elections, and people are legitimately questioning the results at the time. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to have evidence of fraud, and an election has to have already taken place and be very close. And there's just, three big problems. None of those conditions apply to this year and Donald Trump.
What we want to do is to replenish the Social Security Trust Fund by making sure that we have sufficient resources.
Just reinforces what's already there. At my shop, the Crystal Ball at the University of Virginia, we already have Hillary Clinton at 352 electoral votes. She's pretty much maxed out. Now, comments like that may reinforce the gender gap, which is going to be historically large. It should be the largest gender gap that we've been able to record in a presidential election, at least since polls have been taken. One of the most remarkable aspects of this election, at least so far, has been Donald Trump's weakness in quite a number of usually deep red states. There could be no better example than Utah, and everybody knows why. The LDS Church is very anti-Trump. Mitt Romney has a lot of strength there, and it's pretty clear what Mitt Romney thinks of Donald Trump. And there is a Mormon independent conservative who was educated at Brigham Young University, Evan McMullin, who's on the ballot in Utah, and is essentially tying Trump and Clinton in several different polls. So it goes beyond Utah, though, the fact that Arizona could become competitive, and it is very competitive. We even think it may be leaning slightly to Clinton at this point, possible for Trump to move back and take it. But look at the slew of other polls in Texas. Trump has never led by more than 7% in Texas. He's been as low as 2%. The normal Republican presidential margin in Texas is 15 points. Now, we'll put those pieces together. What do they tell you? They tell you that Hillary Clinton is the heavy odds-on favorite to be the 45th president.